Hello one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. I am the Max Few Trades. In the last part, Phoenix Wright fell off a bridge into a river. And I don't know what happened after that. That's where the game decided it was a good idea to stop. That was frustrating, and now it has the nerve, the gall, the audacity to not even give me a date, time, or location as to where we even are right now. Kind of frustrating, not gonna even lie to you. And now phones are ringing. Will this ever cease? Who could that be at this time of night? Beep. Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgeworth! Edgy, get up! It's an emergency! Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Lawrence! Lawrence Denham! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... But wait, don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me. Edgeworth cares. Yay. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. Nope. I'm sure Iris does need help, but I don't think she thinks of you that way. I'll write. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! Beep. It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change. Am I... Game, you're not gonna, like, taunt me or anything, are you? Am I actually, like, playing as Edgeworth, technically? Is that something that's happening? Ah! Why must this happen constantly? You're late, Edgy. What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Zing, I guess. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya did Iris's bikini. Wait, what? Huh? Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. Okay, well then please tell me. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Denham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Of course. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says it'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Phoenix Wright ran across a burning bridge, it snapped, and he fell into a river, like a bazillion feet below, and got swept away. And he only needs 2 days of bed rest? Yeah, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. They said, apparently Iris. And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. I mean, it wouldn't have been the first time. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? The things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first, the Magatama! He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? Oh my god! Oh my god. Did Phoenix seriously ask Edgeworth to take over for him? Is that what's happening right now? I'm just straight up playing as Edgeworth. Oh my god. That is so cool. Oh my god. I don't remember how we became friends though. This is awesome. I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Can Edgeworth legally do that? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry, a prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. I mean, you're not wrong. That did, in fact, work. But, like, Edgeworth is like a super-duper ultra well-known person. How could he possibly have this fly? How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy, at least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. See from Wright, he wasn't serious when he gave this to me, was he? He also seems to have given over all the evidence. So that's good. Well, this is next level bonkers, and I love every second of it. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Also Ace Attorney, I suppose. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lawrence said that he might even die. Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron! How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. God damn, Phoenix, you are deceptively tough. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? Ah! It's like the past! The world is rhyming again. He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. I mean, you've met someone that looks identical to her. Not too terribly hard to figure that out, though. All right, hang on. I gotta present a few things real quick. First things foremost, what do you gotta say about this man? Now that I'm not Phoenix Wright, you can tell me about Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold? Well, his fever's very high. As a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who's still trapped in the inner temple, as most people would be. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems. Really? Yes. Naturally, once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him. No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me. Well... I mean, you sure are... This is so weird. She looks like Dahlia, but she doesn't talk like Dahlia, or act like her either. I know that Dahlia usually puts on a fake, you know, personality and everything for such occasions, but at the same time, I don't know, this just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem to be holding water to me. All right, well, let's talk, I guess. Pardon me, Iris, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple, what's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at the temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. Am I led to be... That doesn't make sense either. I mean, even if this really is Dahlia and she wants to try and, like, repent and make up for the things she did, I mean, she's responsible for the deaths of at least 3 people, and she was sentenced to prison. Like, Wright even said that she should still be in prison. So if she was really actually going to be, you know, committed to the idea of paying off her sins and whatnot, then she would have stayed in prison, not broken out of it, changed her identity, and become a nun. If anything, she would have waited until she got out of prison naturally, and then done that, you know? So that doesn't hold much water either. I'm deeply confused by this person. That's why I'm there, and why I continue to train, to purify my soul. I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime. All right. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room at around 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10. Bell? We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then... I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Then dig a little deeper, I certainly shall. You were asked to go to the training hall the night of the murder? Yes. However, you didn't go, because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Holy crap, I'm playing as Edgeworth! Can we talk about that again? Oh my god! Oh! Oh, Edgeworth's never seen this before. What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psycho locks. He a bit confused, but his spirit is in the right place. I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something. Most interesting. Okay, let's assume that I can't do that right now. So, do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yeah, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. Ha ha! Boy howdy! This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. Edgeworth, you've borne witness to the fact that Maya can channel the dead. You've seen it. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I'm certain that I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Denham? No. I'm not the one who took her life. Interesting way of phrasing it, but ultimately I feel like that's basically the same thing. Those psycholock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. What's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I had just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you, because Phoenix is an absurdly good person. Me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. If Mr. Wright had that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I'll gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, he began to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a very dear and indispensable friend. Aww. That's actually absurdly nice. I mean, admittedly, yes, I would hope Edgeworth would say that, but oh, man, after everything we've been through, it's really great that he's actually able to say that. Even if he can't say it to him specifically, he's able to say those words physically now. That's really great. Character development, people. Man. I don't know if the people watching this watched the previous games or not. I hope so, because man, you're missing some great character development otherwise. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? Well, that again sounds like Dahlia. I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. But the Dahlia that I saw wouldn't have given two flips. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. Until he learns the truth, I don't think he'll ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. Time to... I have so much internal power and energy. I'm not just Phoenix Wright anymore. I'm Miles Edgeworth. And the world bends to his whims. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. And so that I shall. Shabadoo! Oh yeah, that fence is definitely busted. And we don't have the ever-loving slightest clue how Maya is doing, and that is very concerning. It sure is cold, all right. So this is it, Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gumshoe! Yeah, Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. It's been about a year, or has it been so longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Probably because he's a homicide detective? Oh, ouch. And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everyone was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Right, thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna, get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? You mind telling me about this Godot? So, who's this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy other than, you know, the cases he's lost, but, you know, whatever. I guess prosecutors can lose all they want and nobody cares. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. In fact, you could say he's literally never won a case in his life. So, I don't know where that's coming from. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of grudge. What would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. I mean, it is a pretty easy target. None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself. I trust Edgeworth to figure something out, honestly. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Confusion! So this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Well, then clearly you've never had somebody you'd very clearly go the extra mile for. Oh wait, yes you do, Gumshoe, because you have. And technically, you've put your life on the line at least twice for Phoenix's sake at the same time. So clearly I think you do. Look before you cross, and that's how it goes, right? What was that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. We can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. I'm glad you said that, because I was actually about to bring that up. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be all right in this cold? I mean, luckily you can go a few days without food or water, but hypothermia is very possible. How did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? Well, that's incredibly convenient. A murder took place and lightning went down? You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning at the same time as a murder? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days, despite the fact that snow is literally everywhere, so that's a little weird, but okay. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. Yeah, I've literally never heard of that happening before. I'm not a meteorologist, I don't... Assuming, is meteorology also weather? Or is meteorology actually about, like, meteors in space? No, that'd be astronomer. I don't know. Point is, I don't know weather. So I don't know what's possible or likely. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Hey, free weather data. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. How exact are we talking? Snow 7 approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire started and starting and going out. That is incredibly detailed. How on earth is that possible? Oh, we got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who was this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Oi, why do you not know these things? All right, you know what? I've got some stuff to present. First and foremost, what if I showed you this? What's that thing going on in your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective wearing a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? And that's all we're getting out of that? Bummers. All right, well, what do you have to say about Phoenix Wright himself? Whenever something happens, this guy's always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents. Do you think Gumshoe is at all aware of the fact that the same could be said of him? I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet, but you can say the exact same thing about him. On the same wavelength. Boom! I'm not just in Phoenix's mind, I'm in Edgeworth's too. Hell yeah. All right, well, let's talk about some thingos. What do you know about the victim? There's a lot we don't know about the victim. We don't know her real name, her backgrounds. We don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. I mean, that is within the realms of possibility. What say you about this? I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she? Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing. Ooh, okay, that's important. All right, so either, this is so weird because apparently she knows Phoenix, betrayed him or deceived him 5 years ago. But her fingerprints come up with nothing. I suppose it's possible she may have destroyed her own fingerprints at some point. I mean, it would make sense, seeing as how she apparently got caught, you know, like, because the prosecution knew about certain things about her previous fake identity. So it's feasible, I suppose. That's interesting. So are you the same person or are you not? I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling. Well, everyone knows that you are quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger. Detective! Where did you hear such nonsense from? I didn't hear from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir. Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? From what I've seen of real-life people, certainly seems that way, kinda, yeah. Anything to say about Godot? I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidate. It's when they're still in school. But I've never seen or heard of this person. And I gotta admit, he's puzzling all right. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand. Sounds like an interesting man. Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso mochajitos lately. I don't even know what that means. All right, well, that's that. To the main gate. Shabba-dee, shabba-doo, shabba-da. And see, now I pictured Edgeworth doing very long strides, much like a skip. Yo, Reggie, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and this case itself isn't anything unusual. Oh, let's give it time, my friend. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and what kind of lame excuse is that? You call yourself a defense attorney. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor. That's why he's called Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh my God, the scandal. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Well, you were originally supposed to be playing that of the rival, but now you seem to be the protagonist. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet? I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. I just didn't murder her, someone else did. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Then it's not really my dang problem anymore. All right, let's talk about it. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? No comments. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should have never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that, I'd have at least 5. It's not a lot of pennies, but still, it's a frustratingly large amount. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, know what I mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. That didn't say anything. All right, well, that's an interesting how do you do. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. Jesus. Actually Christing. Holy hell, Larry. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Ah, gee, St. Jeezum. As I suspected, psycho locks. I'm sorry, man, you know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Great, fantastic, amazing, astounding, wonderful. What if I showed you this? Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people, or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you've got to do it. You gotta save Iris. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Why is Larry even one of those? It makes no sense to me. All right, well, let's see here. Let's talk about Phoenix, though. I never get an opportunity to talk about Phoenix without Phoenix being there, because I'm usually him. So, hey, he was a good guy. A real pal to the end. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories. What's with the past tense? He's not dead, you know. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life. No, you didn't. If anything, you owe him. He saved yours. What's that supposed to mean? If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. It's no surprise, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby. There's a point. He called me pretty quickly, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while. God forbid! Oh, so hey, your teacher is dead. I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. But someone's pinning this murder on Iris. Edgy, please. I'm counting on you. Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that. Well, then, I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that? Since you're kind enough to offer, all right. Sure, why not? Not that I really want to hear you talk about her. I have a feeling that she's hiding something. Could be. And after all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Wait, excuse me? Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm right. Well, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself. Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean. Still doesn't listen to others, I see. I guess some people just never change. All right, well, can I go anywhere else? I can go to the main hall. I know that there's a bunch of locks I need to open up, which is a frustrating situation. Oh, hang on, I see something over there. Hey, hello there. So how you feeling? All right, I suppose. Who's this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini, I guess? Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask Knightley, I might give you... Oh, she... Mr. Edgeworth, this is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, What's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Well, actually, first and foremost, I definitely see this over here, so if you don't mind. Also, I missed. There aren't any clues here, except for this clue over here. There are more Enza cushions in the corner of this room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Huh? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? I don't want to sully my hands! Yes, sir. Yoink. Here you are. There, Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like an old manila envelope. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra important clue. Super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself then? Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. That's certainly interesting. Worth showing to her, I think. Nice going then, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra important prosecutor. A super duper prosecutor. With a super soaker. I don't know. Well, I suppose it takes a super duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. That being said, it looks to be the only thing worth actually pointing out. Let's talk about the night of the crime. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the Inner Temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. And you weren't? Ah, you're right, that does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the Inner Temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ha 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 ho ho. Yeah, I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? That's not even a... Tell me what you've done and did. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. That is especially bad. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous, I'd never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the Inner Temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the Inner Temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. Probably have to present the info. All right then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. Oh, it must have been past 11. Ah, no. I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. Excusez-moi. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back. This is a very graphic picture. With a sword. Did you see this criminal? With your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris. But it can't be Iris. I'm defending her. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Right smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. Let's hope it ever comes to that. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. Is it possible to maybe get some info on how long you've known her for? I wonder what she means by that. Talk about it, please! So who is this acolyte that was to train at the Inner Temple? Well, this is about Maya, but still. Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the Inner Temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister? Pearl! Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Faye's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with the dinner cleanup. We don't know where she is at all. We have a vague idea for Maya, but what? But I haven't seen her at all since last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone? As they say, the plot thickens. It thickens like the Dickens. You could put a Stickens in it. My goodness, my goodness. All right, well, actually, first things first, let me... Salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Salutation here? Okay, Penny, sure. That makes sense. All right, actually, hang on. First, I need to present... What do you know about this man? This man... His face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Whoa. Sure. But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to complete a life, huh? It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain the right situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir. I guess we're not gonna explain nothing about nothing. All right, what have you got to say about her? No. How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. No, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself. Quiet, you! What do you know anyway? Yeah, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you weren't the one that disappeared. Jesus Christ. Why does she have to take it all out on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Interesting. Talk about it. You said you went with Maya to the trading temple in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then? Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. And yet she said that she didn't attend. It doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. Hopefully I get some stuff to work with here so I can open up that lock. She said she never went to the inner temple. As they say, the plot thickens. Like the Dickens. Anything else to say? Nice to actually have them here. This is a fine how do you do if there ever was one. Okay. What that? Is Larry gone? Huh. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a number... His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. What a massive pile of butts that situation totally is. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything around here. Then, if that is the case... Man, it sure would be nice if I could actually go to the hospital and talk to Phoenix himself. If for no other reason, I just want to see front-facing Phoenix Wright sprites. Those are not common, people! The only time I got it, he was in a big dorky sweater. I want to see the actual Phoenix Wright. Anyway, to the detention center! Oh crap, is she not here? Looks like Iris is being interrogated right now. This place certainly brings back memories. Oh yeah, come to think of it, you got thrown in here once too, didn't you, sir? Yeah, and then Phoenix Wright not only saved his ass, he also proved to him that his long-standing, massive, overwhelming, life-affirming fear was in fact completely not true, and he had nothing to feel bad about. But you know what? I've never been in jail a single time. I should think it's hard to land in jail when you're so harmless. Yes, well, if you're in jail, you don't have to pay for your own meals, you know. Don't get any funny ideas, detective. Too late, already did. In any case, I guess I'll have to come back here later. Okay, so that's a wee bit of a problem if there ever was one. Okay, so there's nothing for me there, there's nothing for me there. There's only the main hall. I don't know what else could I possibly do? Maybe tell me about this? Well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection. I think that might actually play a role in this. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already. No, I can't. That was just... Yeah, it's just like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, detective? It looks absolutely marvelous. You just gotta keep it on for a while. Is this some sort of divine retribution? Perhaps so. Let's see. Do you know anything about this? Do you know anything about this old, crumpled up paper? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Ah, so Sister Bikini doesn't know anything about it. Fascinating, fascinating. What can you tell me about the map? About this here? Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl. Yes, I'm immaterial girl, and, oh wait, no, I'm immaterial, I screwed it up. Anyway, Madonna reference, it makes sense. I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Random references, I don't know why. Well, look what you found. That's the master of the Kurain channeling technique, Mystic Misty Fae. Fae. It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan. Oh! But even I'm not privy to information concerning the main family. And yet it was Maya the entire time! Want to see my lawyer badge? No, you don't. Because I'm a material girl, and with a material world. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can go to the courtyard. I thought it was weird. All right. Oh, sorry. That's my bad. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Luckily, I'm Miles goddamn Edgeworth, and I don't give a damn. Yeah. By the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun Iris the child tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir! I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much was your runny spout leaked over the years? Alright, well, let's take a gander here. First things first, I can't help but notice, is her staff that's also apparently missing its amethyst core. What's this? Looks like a wizard staff. Hey, he called it! That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Denum. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh, yeah, listen to this, it's just between us, okay, sir? Yes, what? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. All right. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. Thank you for that gumshoe. That's it. That's what you wanted to tell me. That's it. The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. It could... Birch? Mahogany? Who knows? What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Still probably worth noting. If nothing else, I mean, neither of them would have any idea that the amethyst core is missing. All right, secondly, I can't help but notice this. Nothing? There's just a weird little hole there for no reason. Fascinating. All right, well, here's the murder weapon. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. Sure is. It's called a Shinshishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shinshishito. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. The fingerprints are on the murder weapon! What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for right? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. That's because it most certainly is. And I feel like that says a lot about Phoenix as a person. He's walking an incredibly unglamorous road, and it's always a major pain in the ass in every single conceivable way, but he still does it for the sake of others. All right, well, let's see. That little blue part isn't anything. That's not anything. What if I look at this? It's a lantern. I suppose I light it at night. I just saw something that I should definitely inspect. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? Because that didn't sound anything like you in the remote slightest. Okay, I've got to know. Neither Phoenix nor Maya are here. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Oh, they didn't get to have a conversation about the dang old freaking ladder. Lame. I just love skiing. Really, you don't seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Oh, well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, a little too kiddie, you know. Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? Only slightly. Let's see. Can we talk about it? Oh, we can, of course. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Denham. Her entire past up until she won the writing award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. That's saying a lot, considering this is in the past. I mean, the game, it's weird. This game came out 2004, but I think the year that it takes place is like, actually I think it's around now. Roughly thereabouts? I'm not 100% sure. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. Murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yeah? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. She fell from a 2-story building and then got stabbed? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. It just happened to be the room that Elise Denham was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? I don't know, but we've got the autopsy report. That's always a good sign. Now then, detective, let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at this here map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, still a weird name, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya headed to the inner temple. Derpa-derpa-doo, derpa-dappa-da, derpa-dappa-doopa-dappa-doopa-dappa-day. Giggle over the thing, bada-bing, bada-boom, shabba-dee-shabba-dong. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. Doopa-doopa-doo, doopa-doopa-doo, doopa-doopa-doopa-doopa-doo, doopa-doopa-doo. When she got there, Bikini had to take over while she went to the Hazakura temple. A doopa-doopa-doo, a doopa-doopa-doo, hoppa-doppa-doppa-doppa-dee. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, whatever, more the most foul was discovered. Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. Tomorrow's trial! The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defended, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court on the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. Hey, we're getting a repeat from Mr. Canadian, probably. I sincerely doubt that they bothered making a third judge. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Really? Only during your first case and never again? Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea he had such powerful string to pull. It is rather impressive, let's not even lie to ourselves. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there, mostly because it kind of is. So the only thing there is at the inner temple. It's not kind of a place a person could survive in. Please be all right, Maya. Aw, Edgeworth remembers and cares about Maya too. You guys might not remember, but Maya actually put a lot on the line for the sake of Edgeworth once. It's nice to see he still remembers that. Alright, so I suppose that's that and all that jazz. I suppose we could talk any more about that. No, it doesn't seem so. Do you know about this staff? Nope. And in material world. How about the sword itself? No, I'm sorry, I live in a material world. Alright, well, that's certainly worth that was worth an attempt. I did my best. Larry is still missing. Then I go back over here. Nothing new. Are you back? She may be back. Huzzah! Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I have already told you everything that I... Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. All right, so... Oh, the inner temple! I finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Denham with a sword. And on one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the inner temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the inner temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the inner temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the inner temple last night. Huh. It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Let's find out. Oh my god, am I gonna hear Edgeworth say, "Take that"? Take that! Ha ha! Oh, that's awesome! I feel really great about that, I'm not gonna lie. That tickled me something fierce. Since I've been handled this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. I feel like my Edgeworth voice is slightly better than it was before. And then again, I didn't think I'd get more time to practice it, but here he is. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Luckily, I think I do know it. Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? Was it a note most foul? Take that! Take that! That's a really great voice line. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. That's... Well, Iris, why? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Ah, the winds! What is the evidence of the power of my glare that broke that lock? Who knows? It could be both. Oh, well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to, though it would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I'd never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. Well, all evidence to everything would imply. Take that! Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say to that? I should have expected as much. Especially from a friend of his. Boom, shakalaka! Give me your information, woman! I demand it all! Alright, now let's talk about it. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? That's worth inspecting. It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? What is a trail to it? Why did the map just not have that? It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. This place has gotta be super important. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... Interesting. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes. It looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mysterious blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night? Yes, that's exactly right. Iris's testimony. Bada boom. Also, no psych locks. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. My, Miles! But when I do, you must promise that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. My brain is buzzing with theories, and I don't know how many of them are completely and totally asinine gobbledygook and which ones might hold some water. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to point out this hood and how it's apparently used to be protect from evil spirits, and apparently acolytes, or I guess people of this general nature, are susceptible to being possessed, and this is what's used to stop them. Alright, so who's someone that we definitively know who can channel spirits, but at the same time wasn't wearing a hood and is also missing? Well, technically there's two. That's Maya and Pearl. It's feasible, not impossible at the very least, that one of them could have been possessed by something. I'm not sure if how much evidence I have to support that idea. I'm just saying, it certainly seems possible. Another theory would be, I don't know, did Dahlia have a twin? That seems a lot more completely silly and gobbledygooky, but at the same time, the way that Iris is speaking just doesn't make me think that she's Dahlia. I mean, I don't know. I could be completely off base. It could still definitely be Dahlia for all I know. I just don't feel completely confident is all. Anyway, to the Heavenly Hall. What in the 5 rings of hell? Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Stealth. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? It's Larry again. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself, musing about committing crimes. Shush! Be quiet and listen. People say dumb things when they think they're alone. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, yo, about what you just said. I got an objection. Woo! Edgy, you dirty rat. Gumshoe, you oaf. Sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. Surely you know the feeling. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Yag. Let's see, enough about stuff. Oh, damn, apparently, a fair amount of stuff. What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, and it's cold. It's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds like a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. Also, did you make those paintings? Because if you did, you're actually surprisingly talented. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. He's trying to hide his diabolical crimes. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. Yeah, okay, sure. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl, or are you just a complete and total weirdo? No, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. Man, Larry is a very delusional human being. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If you really want to know the answer to that, I'm gonna have to drag him out to the witness stand. Oh, how fun. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? I accidentally hit that button. Even Edgeworth makes that mistake. Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. There's so many things wrong with that sentence, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know last night, then I saw something incredible. Something incredible. And then there be them Lux again. Big time many Lux. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I got hot water. Well, hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Nobody likes being near Larry, and I don't blame them. Anyway, take thoughts. Let's see if we can do anything about this right here, right now. It's certainly within the realms of feasibility. Let's find out. The night of the crime. What could possibly have been what went down this day? All right, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. It's not an evil eye, it's a judgmental eye, a sarcastic eye. A burning, biting, rapier wit's eye. But not evil. There's still these 3 psycholocks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Where you say? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. That's not possible. Nope, sorry. Back it up. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean when they're there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room, you big doofus. Take that! Ha-ta! This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You went to your room at the temple, so then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer's fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. With my stratagems. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge was from about here-ish. Probably where we are now. Makes the most sense. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold. There's no electricity and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Ah! Oh! Well, actually, it's because Edgeworth said that there wasn't any, but whatever works. In other words, you've just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. Bada bing. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. I'm almost positive that Phoenix could have gotten this information as well. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call affaire de coeur. I think you mean affaire de cure. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Well, the only person I can imagine it possibly being would be Iris, but I don't really understand how that works. Yeah, well, let's find out. Take thought! There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have any kind of evidence? You mean aside from literally every single thing you've said since I've re-met you? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Did he write the note? Is that even feasible? Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Hey, give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. No! First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in the book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. Wah! I'm so sorry. You're a buffoon, a fool, a dingbat, a complete and total buffoonery. My goodness, now tell me. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? You saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Yeah. Why did you do it? Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? It burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain. What is the secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I don't like Larry. Obviously, she wouldn't want an old lady bikini to know about it. The words you're saying offend me in so many different ways that I don't even know how to put words to them. All right, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes, yeesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? Edgeworth is summoning and swallowing all of the burning rage and hatred he can possibly muster at this moment. That's it? That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Oof. Come on, don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something, I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. I thought it was the lightning. He's right. Larry, what? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. Tell me your facts and infos. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? And all those other things. Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal, with a gun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, come on, no. Oh, you have got to be actually factually kidding me. No. What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. We ain't even bothering with that. Well, all right then. Well, we're playing as Edgeworth. We're going to trial. This is all very awesome and cool. I have some cockamamie ideas and theories. Who knows how many of them are possible or true? We're gonna find out in time, I suppose. I personally don't think I really have enough information to go off of to really make much of a case one way or the other. In fact, I dare say more so than most often, I actually have more evidence to support the idea that she did do it than anything else. Luckily, I'm Edgeworth, and Edgeworth kind of gets a lot of free passes, so let's hope that that's kind of what we're banking with here. And the next part, I guess we're playing as Edgeworth in defense? That's kind of freaking amazing. I'll see you all then.